Hey everyone, Shirley Willingham here. Hope you all had a good weekend. So I got a really great question over the weekend from Jackie, and this is what Jackie says. She says, thank you so much for this lesson. I've just started painting at the age of 69. Well done, Jackie, that's great. Alright, so here's her question. I've done a rough one in my canvas pad, and could you please help me with the foreground, as I'm not sure what colours to use or how to do it. That's a really great question, Jackie, because the foreground in a picture can actually just be quite difficult in itself. It's quite deceiving because there's a lot of nothingness that can happen sometimes. And so you've got to try and sort of make it look interesting, and you've got to make it up a bit, just particularly if you are following a photograph. Alright, so the misty forest foreground, if you notice, we've got the mist in the back there and the sun is just sort of peeping through. So anything that's in shadow is actually really, really dark. So I first made a really dark, just put on a really dark undertone. So, and that colour is just pretty much just Payne's grey and a bit of burnt umber. Really, I try to limit the colour palette quite a lot. So just burnt umber and Payne's grey, or you can also achieve, if you don't have Payne's grey, you can also achieve a really dark bluey brown colour using ultramarine blue and burnt umber. So then, as you'll notice, I've just put it all on the painting, sort of making it look like rough sort of bush. So I've used quite a nice big paintbrush and put that on. And then once that's dried, I've then come in with some lighter colours that's sort of trying to emulate the sun, sort of just peeping through the mist, coming through those trees. So as you'll notice, then I'll start putting on the light colour, and that light colour is just simply a lot of titanium white with just a little dab of cadmium yellow just to emulate the sun. Now there are two things to notice here. Up the back, towards the the back end of the painting, it's a more pale sort of yellow, so more white and a little bit of yellow, so it's kind of pale. And then as you're coming forward, so the yellow becomes a little bit stronger. Now I've also added in a little bit of red, touches of red. That's just the crimson, or you can actually use like a cadmium orange or something like that, but probably just the crimson, Algerian crimson. But in hindsight, looking at that, you probably don't need that bit of red in there. That's just, it's a little bit distracting, and it's actually much more effective, I think, if you just use a limited palette and just get the strong yellow up the front and a little bit paler up the back, and you should be right. So good luck with it. I'm so pleased you're giving it a go, and send a picture through. I'd love to see it. Just email it to me. I'd really love to see what you're producing. Alright, so happy painting, have a good week everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.